Hello beloved viewers, both fictional and those few who supposedly have corporeal existence. It is that time again. Throw all other responsibilities to the wind and gather thy books before thee. Because starting on the 3rd of August and running all the way till the 9th of August, it is the 3rd annual Booktubeathon. And I hear across screens everywhere, what is the Booktubeathon? Well, it is a time in which booktubers really dedicate themselves to reading. It is a marathon of reading. For this week, we will try and get as many books under our belts as possible, and we will do this by dedicating every minute we have to reading. But we will also do this by supporting each other and making a reading community. There'll be challenges to help focus your reading and help give you new stretch goals, as it were. Daily video challenges if you're going to be vlogging your experience. It is the Booktubeathon. My favourite thing is always the reading sprints on Twitter, how everyone for 20 minutes sits down and reads as much as they possibly can and then compares progress there. So I've had a think and I've compiled the books that I'm going to try and get read during this frantic week of page turning. Now you hear a lot about people trying to cut down their TBR. That's impossible for me. My TBR is basically uncountable. There are so many books I have and need to read. I'm instead going to cut down on my C, no BR. For normal people, that would be currently reading. Because I am an awful person. I cannot start and finish one book just like that. I must be reading everything at once. I believe according to Goodreads, I'm currently reading about 50 books. Yeah. That should really be less. So I've looked at those books that I'm currently reading, those books I started, that I got halfway through, that I only have 50 pages left of, and I've picked ones of those to finish that hopefully coincide with some of Ariel's challenges. So for the first book, a book with blue on the cover, I have a proof, but even the final copy does have blue on the cover. See? This is The Gracekeepers by Kirsty Logan. It was lent to me by Lena, who's one of the hosts for this year's Booktubeathon and is also my boss at work. She loved this book because it had circuses and mermaids, which are Lena's favourite things in the entire world. If you want to write a book that Lena likes, just throw in loads of circuses and mermaids and some feminism. I got this far and then got distracted by something else. So I've only got 100 pages left, just the conclusion really. That can definitely get read. Secondly is a book whose author's last name begins with the same letter as your last name. So I'm going with The Accident Season by Moira Fowley Doyle. I'm taking the F from her double barrel surname. I have a final copy. This is what the beautiful book looks like. I was actually reading a proof from ages back. Really need to finish it. This book is set in Ireland with loads of magical realism about a family who every October suffer the accident season, where things just go wrong, where people die. I got this far to page 112, so about halfway through. Again, this I can definitely finish. I was really enjoying it. Let's get to the end. Another challenge was to read the last book you acquired, which is thus not a book on my currently reading stack because I haven't had a chance to start it yet. I am really pleased to get an excuse to read it though, because the last book I acquired in the final shop we went to in my Booktuber meetup bookshop crawl video here was Ask the Passengers by A.S. King. I'd heard so much fuss about A.S. King from all the booktubers over the water and from George Lester. He basically told me I have to read this. So it's good that these fit together. I will finally get this book done, George. I've heard there's lots of feelings, lots of complex thought, LGBT stuff. Sounds like a great book for me. Okay, probably my favourite challenge in this year's Booktubeathon is a book you read without letting go of. Obviously, books like Brandon Sanderson's Way of Kings are somewhat out of the question. I could 100% cheat with this. I have books that I could read within half an hour. Books with about 70 pages, a lot of which don't have many words on. Books that do have words on every page, but are only about 40 pages long. But I really do want to read. Graphic novels. Yes, I have 1,000,001 graphic novels that I really need to read. Again, these would probably be very easy to read without putting down. I also decided that this was one that couldn't come from my currently reading, that I had to read it from beginning to end to officially qualify for the challenge. I've decided to go for The Road to Wigan Pier by George Orwell, which is a book I've been wanting to read for ages. This is 200 pages. I feel like I might be able to manage it with this book without it being super easy. The easiest challenge on this list is read a book you really want to read, and that's 90–80% of the books I read. Why would I read books unless I really wanted to read them? So for this, again, returning to my currently reading pile, I'm going for The Year of Reading Dangerously by Andy Miller, which is again a book I got last Saturday with all the booktubers. This was a book that I'd been eyeing up for a while. I'm pretty sure it was in my Amazon shopping basket for months. So I was really happy on that booktuber crawl when we went into Papermarks to see that they were selling it in a real bookshop and at a discount price. So I got it there. Also, look, signed. This I am 210 pages into, just another 100 pages to go. Again, I can definitely finish it during this week. Finally, my other favourite challenge, I have way too many favourites all the time, is someone else's favourite book. And that's why I'm here, guys. Okay, this is where you have control. What's your favourite book? Please tell me in the comments and I will pick one of them and try and read it in the upcoming week. Just tell me whatever comes straight to mind, what is your favourite book? Ariel's reasons for picking this as one of the challenges just resonated with me so perfectly. In reading someone else's favourite book, you're really like reading them. You're really getting close to them and understanding how they think. You're also generally coming across the best things that have been written, that have been read, the best books. So yeah, guys, tell me what to read. The last challenge is, of course, to read 7 books. I might achieve this by cheating. A lot of these books have already been more than half read, but you know, it'll add up the numbers and it'll get me doing something I want to do anyway, actually finishing some books. I will try and make some update videos during the week, telling you how my reading experience is going, maybe taking part in some of the daily challenges. Do let me know if you two are going to be taking part in the Booktubeathon, if you're going to be doing these challenges, reading a whole list of books, or maybe just trying to get through one. Do let me know, tell me your favourite books in the comments, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys. So, suitably caffeinated up, we started on our epic journey to pillage the bookstores of London. And in this instance I use pillage in its lesser known aspect, meaning quiet